morning, people. Today, my lecture is on human resources accounting. As we all understand what human resource is, it is the personals, the humans working, the employees working in an organization. So, what is the accounting? How they are managed, or rather, how what economic value does a human resource has in an organization? That is human resource accounting. So we'll start with it here. It works on an idea that human assets in an organization are as important as any material asset for an organization. It is the process of identifying and reporting investments made in the human resources of an organization that are presently unaccounted for in the conventional accounting practices. So previously, when the companies, the organizations employed human resource, the employees, they were accounted. They Because that is again a cost. Previously, it was taken as a cost to the organization. However, now, as things have changed, as the needs have changed, as service organizations are coming, you do have products, but then services are of very importance. So, thus, there is a change that has taken place, and now human resource, the employees are considered an asset, and their economic value is also mentioned in a balance sheet of an organization. It seeks to measure the abilities of all employees in a company at all levels to produce value by way of knowledge and capability. So, how exactly the human resource, what is their economic value, is taken into consideration while doing human resource accounting, because they do have a value. When you employ a person, that person would work towards the organization's goal, and ultimately it leads to profits for the organization. Thus, human resources today are considered an asset. Why is there a need of human resource accounting? You employ a person, you take it as a cost. Why exactly the human resources accounting has come into effect? It provides effective and efficient management within the organization, because the managers would understand, by looking at these data, managers would understand how important an employee is for an organization. It provides qualitative information and assesses the cost incurred in personnel. It provides a cost, how much you have incurred on one particular employee, as well as all the employees. How much have you incurred, and what returns would that give you in future? It would not necessarily give you in present. You employ a person, and today itself it will give you, no, it will not. It will give you returns in the future. The return on investment in human capital is evaluated through HRA. How much have you invested on human resources, and how much returns do you get? HRA communicates to the organization and public about the worth of human resources and its proper allocation. Yes, it does, because when you have it in balance sheet, it would show the worth, because only assets and liabilities are considered and mentioned in the balance sheet. When you have human resources as well, these days organizations have started mentioning it. It shows its worth. You are employing a person, so these days companies have started to understand that employees are an integral part of an organization. without human resources, without proper and its proper allocation, you should know where the services of an employee, the personal services, where it can be used the best. Human resource accounting has the below approaches that is used to compute the value of human resources in an organization. The cost approach: how much cost have you incurred while recruiting, while interviewing? The first process starts at interviewing, while recruiting, training the person. How much cost have you incurred? So this is what is taken into consideration while doing human resource accounting. The economic value approach: it's the value of an object economically, in economic terms. It's the present value of the services that the employee will and is expected to return in future. You provide the personal training, the organization provides training, and today, these days, many organizations are giving food in the organization, giving company cars. So this is what you are spending on the personnel, and what is the economic value that you get in future. Replacement cost: what is the replacement cost? Today you have employed a person. Tomorrow, if that person leaves, if the employee is not happy, and the person leaves your company, what is the replacement cost that you are incurring? Again, hiring a new person, again training that person. So usually companies these days instead see if they can retain the employee. Any organization is best to retain an employee, so they should pay proper attention to human resources as well. It's a very important part of an organization. It's better to retain an employee than to replace, because a trained employee will give more economic value to your organization rather than a new employee who may take time in getting trained for that specific purpose. Knowledge management control system. It refers to any kind of system that stores and retrieves knowledge, improves collaboration, locates knowledge sources, mines repositories for hidden knowledge, captures and uses knowledge, or in some other way enhances the knowledge management process. This approach bridges gaps between organization disciplines by providing data for decision making. It gives huge advantage to companies over their competitors. So this kind of control system, it's a knowledge management control system. They the employees, or rather the departments all over the organization, what they do is they, whatever knowledge they have, whatever uh, things they come to know, they send the details to, you can say it's a common center, it's the head uh, office kind of, where all the departments send the details they have to the particular place where it is managed, where it is kept. And when the top level management needs to make decisions, they can get information from these systems and they can make decisions that is good for the business. So any organization would may have such kinds of systems wherein the businesses, the units all over send uh, their knowledge, their details rather, to a place where it is kept, and it is kept for decision making in future. This is a complete picture model, people, which shows clearly all the locations, location A, location B, and C, send their details to Knowledge Acquisition Center, where it is put in the control hub, and from where, if needed, the details are taken out and the information is processed. Right? But these systems may become outdated as they may not be able to adapt to the changing market conditions, consumer preferences, and industry structures. These systems seek compliance based on predetermined goals, so they may restrain initiative and creativity. So, uh, whatever information you have, you send it on a daily basis to the head office, to the headquarters, where of the organization. You send the details there. However, you are the local units which are aware of the ground reality, are not taking any decisions. They are not a part of any decision making. But uh, this kind of rather things do not work, may not work today, because uh, it is very important. These particular people in the headquarters may not be aware of the ground reality, what a particular business unit may be aware of. So it's important that people, the employees, the human resources, and all departments in an organization should be a part of decision making. As I told you yesterday, participative management. It's important for managers to keep employees while in rather, they should be aware what decision is being made, and they should be a part of it. Thus comes into focus a self-control system. This system counts more on the human behavior and culture in a business rather than on technology and system. This includes practices that build high commitment of employees, excellent employee performance, high motivation, greater loyalty, etc. And this is all set to achieve the goal of the organization. To achieve these, there are tools and methods available to assist management. However, it is for them to choose the best tool. And there are certain knowledge management systems that are available. Management or the organization may choose for themselves which one they. However, this is important that it gives the employees, it builds the commitment of employees, because they are involved into it. They are just not working as robots passing on information, taking information and passing on. They are taking decisions. So this gives them a sense of responsibility. They are motivated. It boosts their morale. They think it's their own company. When an employee starts thinking that they are working for their own organization, that they have something to look forward to, then they would certainly they would be loyal towards the company they are working with. This is risk management. It refers to the practice of identifying potential risks in advance, analyzing them, and taking precautionary steps to reduce the risk. Risk management is something you anticipate that there might be a risk, you analyze it, you see what needs to be done to it, and take solutions. By giving adequate attention to risk management, the negative consequences can be minimized. However, it often does not notice the human aspects involved. So, it may see the market share, the organizations have lots of reports to see. They may analyze the data, and they may anticipate what the risk might be from different competitors, different change in preferences, any of that stuff. But they do not pay attention to the human aspects of risk. These can be shortage of employees, an employee refusing to take on additional responsibility, employee leaving after 1 year training. So, are you prepared? Is the organization prepared if there is a shortage of employee? Is the organization prepared if an employee refuses to work? employee takes mm, a sick leave, for example, an employee or two take a sick leave, do you have a backup for that? Does your organization have backup for that? So this is risk management. You should also be prepared for these internal risks as well. Such can be the hindrances and risks that and thus needs to be managed. Human resource management is most effective if it is integrated with business making throughout with decision making throughout the business. It is to be understood that even a business with two people can have serious conflicts that jeopardize the business continuity and success. Two people are working, even if two people are working and they are not working towards the goal congruence, they do not have goal congruence, they may seriously jeopardize the success of the organization because their goal is different. The organization's goal is different and their goal is different from what the organization goals are. So it is important to keep an eye to manage these types of risks as well, to be ready for these types of risks. Including human resources and risk management reflects the fact that people are fundamental to accomplishing goals. Definitely, human resources are fundamental. You may have a system, you may have a structure, but who realizes those goals? Who works towards? It's the human, it's the employees of an organization. People can help or get in the way of accomplishing what managers have planned. The managers need to have certain skills that help them to easily integrate risk and human resource management. Some of the skills that they may have are leadership. It's important to be a good leader. You can be a leader, but you may not be an effective leader. You have to understand communication, having good interpersonal skills, communicating effectively, knowing that any leader would look to uh, delegate authority, give give proper training to employees, motivate them. If the employee is motivated, they would certainly work. If not, they may be a hindrance to the goals. Conflict management. It's important also. If there is a conflict, the manager, the leader should be ready to uh, rather they should be ready to deal with it, and they should not avoid it. They should know how to manage it. Evaluation. They also, any employee, if while working, would want to be evaluated. They would like to know how they are performing. So the managers should give them periodic evaluations, as we have in businesses, in rather in companies we have appraisals that's done once in a, you've done good, okay, your salary is, but they should have periodic evaluations so that this if an employee, and while evaluating, you should also motivate them to work better, rather better than what they are actually doing. It's important for the uh, rather the leader, the manager, to have these skills, to have leadership skills, to communicate well with the human resources. So, uh, I hope this is clear to you people. That's about it from me today. These are the questions, some of the questions here that you can do. And thank you for listening. Bye.